Okay, now this particular question, many people get confused between what are the components of Power BI and what are the building blocks of Power BI. See, in the building blocks, so basically there are 5 building blocks of Power BI. What are those? Let's see that. The first one is data sets, right? And we know that any BI tool without data is absolutely nothing. It's like your laptop or a cell phone without an internet. At least you can do something without internet. But a Power BI tool without data is absolutely nothing. There's of no use, right? So the first building block is a data set. Now the question comes is, what is a data set, right? So data set is basically collection of data. It is as simple as the data used to develop a Power BI report. Okay. So the first building block is data set. The second building block is basically visualizations. Now what are visualizations? We know that like the pie chart, donut chart, table, metrics, those visualizations that we create, the end product of any BI tool, the individual graphs are called as visualizations. Okay. Now the third building block is basically report. Now what is a report? So the Power BI file is saved in an extension called .ppix, and this ppix file is called as a report. Okay. Now the fourth building block is dashboard. Okay. So what's a dashboard? Dashboard is again a feature of Power BI, basically Power BI service to be specific, where the user or the developer can pin important visualizations in a single page or in one pager, right? And the final one is basically tiles. Now what is a tile? So inside the dashboard, those individual visualizations that you have, those are called as tiles. Okay, let me tell you a shortcut to remember all these 5 building blocks. So remember this acronym DVDRT. D stands for dataset, V for visualizations, D for dashboards, R for report, and T for tiles. So guys, let's see this practically. Let's head over to my laptop. So if you can see this particular screen is Power BI service. Okay. And in Power BI service, if I open a dashboard, so these are already published reports and we have created dashboards on top of that. Let me open a dashboard for you. So if you see, this is a dashboard, guys. And inside a dashboard, you can see a single visualization. This visualization where I'm moving my cursor is called as a tile, right? And we can basically pin other visualizations also into this particular dashboard, right? Okay, so we got to know what is a dashboard and what is a tile. Now let us see what is a report and what's a data set. So if you can see, this is a particular report that I have published called star schema, right? And below that I have a data set here. So whenever we publish a PBIX file or a Power BI report to Power BI service, it gets split into 2 parts. One is your report and the other is your data set. Right. So if I open the report in a new tab, you can see that the report has opened now. And there are certain visualizations here. This particular 2.52 million is a card visualization. This is again a bar chart. Right? And if I want to pin these visualizations, I have an option here. Can you see this option? Pin visual. So when I click on pin visual, it's asking me where do you want to pin this particular visual. I'll say that I have an existing dashboard called dashboard 1 and I'll pin it there. Okay. Now from the report, we can basically pin the visuals to the dashboard. You can see this particular option here called pin visual. If I click on this pin visual, this will basically ask me where do I want to pin my visual, right? I'll click on the existing dashboard, I'll click on pin, and now this particular visualization is pinned to my dashboard. So we got to know what is a dashboard, what is a tile, what is a data set, what's a report, and the last thing is visualizations, right? This individual graphs or whatever you call, these are called as visualizations. So these 5 combined together are called as building blocks of Power BI, right?